Hey everybody, welcome to Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. Now, for those of you who are not aware of Dark Souls games, Dark Souls is a RPG. I wouldn't really classify it as a hack and slash, but it's definitely an action-based RPG, and we'll get into the specifics later on. But each incarnation of Dark Souls has done different things. In terms of stats, leveling, and all that other good shit. But most have agreed that Dark Souls is one of the harder RPGs that's ever come out, simply because it is a difficult game. Now, I actually did have a character who I am deleting, because that actually is from another Let's Play, because I've tried to do this like 5 different times. This is not a normal Dark Souls game, though. And I am going to be playing online, mainly because this won't affect other people. And if I get
Perhaps
banned,
you've...
I really don't care because I usually end up having to play Dark Souls 2 offline anyways. If you want to see the opening video, watch it on your own time. Okay. So, the things betwixt. So we are going to go, and we're going to start running this way. So Dark Souls 2 was a huge step up for Dark Souls 1 because Dark Souls 2 involved, wasn't just a port from the 360, it was actually designed to run on computers. So it was pretty good. Now you can't attack these guys, but I don't recommend it because they are fucking hard to hit. But this is what I want to show you guys. Are you fucking serious? What? Okay. So, yeah, this is a randomized run. As you can kind of tell. Well, I'm not going to put it into the title, but I'll be editing every episode after this one because I want it to be a surprise. But this is a randomized run. So every item in Dark Souls is now randomized. We don't know what we're going to be getting. We just kind of have to wing it and see what happens. So literally every item placement has been changed. Toggly wiggles. The great and terrible. Class and body. Class is fine. Gift. We're going to run the bonfire aesthetic for good reason. Class. We are going to be playing deprived, of course. And I'm not going to make any other changes. Okay, so. Deprived. So what goes on? So everything, almost everything, has been randomized. Every item location has been randomized. Most key locations have not been randomized, though, and certain key items have been randomized as well. Okay, so we're part ninja. That's interesting. And also, for those of you who have played Dark Souls 2 but haven't played Scholar of the First Sin, you'll notice quite a bit has changed. Scholar of the First Sin wasn't just an update. Scholar of the First Sin changed quite a lot about the game, which I consider to actually... Are you fucking... I think that's Solaire's sword, isn't it? The Sun Sword? What the fuck? So yeah, anyways, yeah, Dark Souls. But there you go. I probably shouldn't be doing this now. Hello. Come and get me. They did not get me very good. Ha! Okay, run past him. Grab this. Ooh, Twinkling Titanite. I didn't see how many we got, though, because I'm running away in terror. How many did we get? 1. So that was... But yeah, so... Oh, the items NPCs give us are completely randomized. We can still buy all of our regular items from vendors just like normal, so that's not a problem. But yeah, it's... And the reason why... Oh, Estus Flask Shard, that's nice, because you don't always... The Estus Shard Flask locations are randomized as well, so you may have a good run, you may have a bad run, and not get any Estus Flasks. That is actually a thing that can happen. So the fact that we have Estus Flasks right there means that we have an unlimited supply of Estus, so that's really good. I can just keep using bonfire aesthetics to get them. The other thing that's a big thing is item drops. Item drops are randomized now too. So getting loot from enemies is actually really, really, really good. So that's totally a thing. I was watching Mark and Co play the fishing game, and Bob was talking to that fish fucker, and it was like divorce proceedings. It was amazing. Oh, Bob makes me laugh. Bob makes me laugh a lot. Like, Bob is just so funny. But then again, Mark is too. Wade is not. But I'm not a fan of puns. That's why. Old growth bomb. I don't remember what that does. Oh no, arrow. Aha. Beat you to death, bitch. Yeah. Fucked him up good. Now it's your turn. See, I'm so used to our heavy attack being chargeable, because it's chargeable in Dark Souls 3, that kind of blows my mind that it's not. Oh god, I have to figure out how to jump too. That's gonna be... Ow. That's gonna be fun. So, Dark Souls 2, for those of you that are thinking that it's a lot more forgiving than Dark Souls 1, you are partially correct. It is, and it's not. Okay. So one of the other things that is not random is this. The mini game for, or the mini thing for you leaving shit for them. This is actually not randomized at all. It is, it appears to all pull from the same item pool. A mock gesture? Yeah, so, like, gestures can be random items that you get too. So, be warned, you may get that. But, yeah. So it's just really interesting, and randomized runs are super fun. I really love doing them because, like, Dark Souls 2 is kind of one of those games where you can memorize exact pathways to get exactly what you want, to get, like, very specific builds, and to get, like, a hyper set right off the bat. Like, I got the, I was building a sorcerer character. Okay, let me see if I can, okay, that's how they do jumping in this. And the jump mechanic has changed, like, in every game that they've made. It's very annoying. But, what was I talking about? Shit, it was something important. Soul. Yeah, you can find boss souls too, which is amazing. But oh, fuck, what was it? Oh no, it was something important. I don't remember. Oh no. Oh well. But yeah, no, oh, randomized runs, yeah. So I actually got the staff that is the most powerful sorcery staff in the game. Literally, I think within an hour, because I knew exactly where it was and how to run it to get to it. And so just because, like, nothing was a threat to me, because I, one, knew what I was doing, and mages are ridiculously powerful. Magic overall is really strong in this game. And that's kind of the thing that Dark Souls 2 did way different from Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 1, the game was... like, armor mattered a lot. And poise mattered a lot. Dark Souls 2, and, like, magic was good, but, like, ranged wasn't particularly, like, super strong. Range was still good to have, but what really set the game apart was almost nothing was resistant to lightning. So lightning became, like, the meta build for aggressive attacks. And it didn't really base itself off of your stats, where the spells seemed to pretty much do just massive damage on their own, and then did additional damage based off of your stats. Dark Souls 2 is completely different. Most magic is pretty balanced, but it's also still really fucking strong. And clothing does matter. It doesn't matter as much as it does in Dark Souls 1, but it definitely still matters. Idol's Chime? Wait, the Idol Chime. Oh yeah, so this is the Hex. Oh, maybe we'll have to run a mage build. So, and that, but we're getting off track talking about the different types of games. But so, when you run a build like this, a randomized run, and you run Deprived, you're kind of restricted just to what you have. If you get something that you can use, that's great, but there is no guarantee you are going to actually get something worthwhile, or even something useful. Oh yeah, I forgot we can actually just equip clothing. So you may get something worthwhile, but there's an equally good chance you're not going to get anything you can use. Like, for example, like the Sun Sword. Like, I can't use that. I can if I level up to it, but I may get something even better. Or the Soul of the Last Giant. What if I get another boss soul that gives us a really good weapon that I would want to use? Like, but I built myself towards something else, so now I can't use it. So these Deprived runs really make the game more challenging because you don't know what you're going to be using, and so you're able to kind of use whatever you want. But on the flip side, because everything is also randomized, you can't do specific runs. Like, you need to pick up every fucking piece of item that you find because you have to. Because if you don't, you're going to miss out on stuff that you may need. Literally, you could be missing gold in a drop because you don't know what it's going to be, and it's random. Okay, so one of the other things, there's one huge negative about the game, though. And that is, when you join a covenant in Dark Souls 2, you get a ring. And in joining the covenant, you can still be part of the covenant without the ring, but the effects of the game only the effects of the covenant only happen when you are wearing the ring of the covenant. However, rings are randomized because it's something you get from NPCs. So we actually can't join them because we don't have the ring. So yeah, we get invaded, we're gonna be invaded. Fuck yes. Okay, so for a randomized run, the Prisoner Tatter set is literally the best item we can physically get in the game. Why? Shit. Because raises item discovery. That makes it more likely for us to get item drops when we kill enemies, and those are randomized. So we want to have as much item discovery as we can. Okay, but first and foremost, we're going to break through this wall and grab 16 prism stones. Worthless. Which, I guess they're not worthless, but there is this we want to get. A dried root. Terrible. Alrighty. And so I'm just going around and I'm getting every item that I physically can in this game, or in this area, because I want to make sure that we're... Oh, a Ferrous Lockstone. That's actually really nice, because we can't be guaranteed we're actually going to be able to get Ferrous Lockstones, since, again, randomizer, so every opportunity we can to get one will help us out in the long run. And then the last item in Marjula that we can get right now without dying is here, which is a torch. It's actually not as bad as could be, because at some point we're going to have to go through an area where we have to deal with that. Okay, so right now we need a weapon, and I'm really leaning towards Sun Sword because B and a B, that's actually not bad at all. So I think we are going to go ahead and I'm going to use my Soul of the Nameless Soldier. This should give us about, yeah, that'll give us 1,000. And then the Soul of the Last Giant. Now this is, I know which boss soul this is, so I'm going to go ahead and use it because I have no reason not to. And hopefully, I don't think we're going to be able to get it, but hopefully we'll gain some souls that'll let us wield a weapon. So it's 15 and 13.
Are you?
Yeah. So we got an Estus flask.
However.
Yep, and then we're gonna upgrade our Estus shard because we have the flask shard. And then level up. So like I said, I doubt we're gonna be able to do this fully. Oh yeah, because it's requiring 500 per level, even though we're level 1. Okay, so 15 and then 13. Yeah, see, not nearly enough. Still, we did. That was more than I thought we were going to get, so that's good. Okay, so I rested at the bonfire, which means we can now teleport. Unlike Dark Souls 1, we can teleport as soon as we get an available bonfire. So we're just going to continue running through. Oh, wait a minute. No, we have 16. That means we can... Oh. No, we can't. Well, we can look at it. Yeah, that's totally Solaire's sword. Because I thought it was if you have double the stats, or as long as you're two-handing it, you can use it, but I guess I don't remember. Each game is a little bit different on how that works. But one of the things that set Dark Souls aside was the fact that you have the ability to dual-wield any weapon in the game. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to get custom animations for every weapon in the game, but you will actually get unique animations when you dual wield weapons. And you can't drop down to that rock, but I'm going to be a pussy and say I'm too scared to do so. Especially when I'm playing this after... It's been a long time since I've played this. Carrying leggings. Good with our... Well... What's our weight at? 20? Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. These are better blunt, but worse lightning. Yeah, that's... I never would have thought our tattered pants would be better than the Viking leggings. Alright, so that's a giant, or that's a troll, which we're not going to worry. Technically, I guess it's a Cyclops, but apples to apples. Okay, so we're going to go get this first. Okay, kind of a waste. Then we're going to deal with this fuckface. Aha! He dropped an item. Human effigy. So human effigy is actually pretty good. What a human effigy is we are now human. What that means is we can be attacked. If we die, we become hollow. And dying is actually not bad, because being invaded fucking sucks. I've never been a fan of PvP in Dark Souls, and I'm not looking forward, because we will be invaded and I will die, so that is just gonna happen. Okay, but first and foremost, we're activating the bonfire. Okay, so I'm gonna rest at it though, because if we burn the human effigy... Yeah, so burning the human effigy actually will force any invaders to stop. Like, it cancels invasion, so you can't be invaded if you burn the human effigy. So as long as you stay in this area, you're good. At least I think that's how it works. So there's an archer across the river, there's a guy behind the bridge, and then there's another guy right over there. Now, unfortunately, the archer has super aim. And the arrows will have slight homing, so you need to watch out for them. Oh, they will also lead you, like, a lot, so that's something else you need to watch out. Okay, so he has a shield equipped. What does that mean? Well, that means that not only can he block attacks, theoretically, which he's not going to, he has higher defense, so it took more hits to actually kill him. And while we are waiting, I'm actually going to set up this. Yeah, so that will give us slight health regen. So I wanted to trigger that to happen so that this guy, the guy up there, will actually come down and come after us. And we can deal with him. Okay, that one was not my fault. My character decided to lock onto the guy behind the tree. And the reason why we wanted to take care of the guy behind is because, yep, an axe guy came up behind. And that's particularly bad because we don't want to back up too far, because we don't want him to get his bow back out. Another item. Royal Swordsman Helm. But every item does matter because, like I said, they're completely randomized, so we definitely want to see what we get. 3 fire bombs. That's actually good. Fire bombs are very nice. Anything ranged is always good, especially because we don't have a sword, or really any method of ranged attack. Prisoner's Hood. And we fucking got it. So the Prisoner's Hood, like the Prisoner's Tatters, also raise our item discovery. And, luckily for us, this whole area is full of bodies that we get to murder. So, in short, anything that is not glowing is an enemy. So, yeah, that's a lot of bodies for us to kill. Just in general, we want to be a little bit careful, make sure we're not being overwhelmed. We don't want to trigger too many of them either. But, on the other hand, we also don't want to go too far into this because of that fucker up there. So we're actually going to pull back and go deal with that. Or I would say that, but we have to deal with a trap. If you start to go up the ladder, you will meet this asshole halfway up, and he will engage in a kicking contest with you. And he has a hell of a lot more stamina than you do, so good fucking luck trying to beat him. So there's an item over there, and if you're playing in the normal game, i.e. not modded, or not a randomized run, those are throwing knives, and throwing knives are definitely not bad to have, but they could be better. The Rampart Golem armor. Really? Oh, that's great. Okay, so the Rampart Golem armor, this is actually from the Frozen King DLC, so that's from Eliam Lois. But I absolutely love this armor set, so I'm going to show it really quick. So yeah, it's just like you were wearing ice armor. Like, it's absolutely, oh my gosh. Holy shit, I never realized just how amazing that armor set is. Like, that's incredible. But yeah, the ice rampart stuff, like, I just love the Eliam Lois stuff. It looks really pretty, it looks really cool, and it just has a cool, like, idea. I love it. Alright, anyways, and actually we're gonna switch to fire bombs. And I'm also gonna grab this to boost our fire defense, because we're gonna need it. But there is going to be 2 items to get up here. Go ahead and eat this now. Item 1, Divine Blessing. Fuck! Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, so that was my bad. Watch, the fire defense is going to wear off before we can even get to him. Now, these guys, unfortunately, like, they do a lot of damage, so, like, not even the fact that they use fire bombs, their claymores do a lot of damage. So you want to kill them as quickly as possible or use range to take them out. But, like I said, we want to jump across this gap, and normally this would be a short sword. For us, it's a buckler and bleed stone. Okay. Those are actually good items, so... Alrighty. Nice, way to miss. Large Titanite shard, very nice. And the reason why that's nice is because you would be surprised how hard it is to actually upgrade your gear when you don't find Titanite stones or shards on a regular basis. Or Titanite stuff on a regular basis. Like, it's randomized, and you can only buy a limited amount, so... You gotta make it count where you can. Okay. So while we're clearing this, there is something that I want to talk about, and that's namely, what type of a game is Dark Souls? Dark Souls is a memory pattern, it's a memory game. Well, what do you mean? It's like, because most memory games are like flipping tiles and getting the right image. And Dark Souls is honestly kind of like that. Like, one of the best ways to just consistently win in Dark Souls is memorize an enemy's attack patterns and then act accordingly. The Helm of Horus. Nice. Provided you're able to do that consistently, you're going to be able to do pretty well at the game. But if you can't memorize enemy patterns and remember how enemies act, the game is going to be a very, very rough game for you, and it's not going to be fun for you to enjoy. But that's the biggest reason why Dark Souls was so hard, is because you have to memorize every enemy, you have to memorize how they move, how their attack pattern is, like, what their AI, like, mentality is, if that makes sense. Yep, jump. Just gonna wail on you until you die. Then we have these bastards here, and there are two of them. One of them with an axe. Do I have anything ranged? Oh no, they just have daggers? No, one of them did have an axe, yeah. And of course it was Axe Guy that was kicking the shit out of me. Okay, so one down. Oh no. One down. One to go. There we go. But there's an item in here. Otherwise I would have recommended just bypassing it, but if you try to bypass it, they'll attack you anyways, so. Okay, but we did get better gauntlets. So we're gonna go ahead and pop those fuckers right on there. Now, we want to be careful because, yeah, we got Claymore Boy. But we also have a regular sword and shield enemy, too. We're going to do that, just to even the playing field. So, yeah, Claymore guys also attack very quickly. And because of their range, they can be hard to deal with, especially, like I said, because if you have to memorize their attack pattern and you're not good at doing so, they can come out of nowhere and one-shot you. So you just gotta be careful, gotta keep moving, and act normal. So we've got a dried root, which I am going to use again, because that health regen always does help. Okay, so we have an archer over there. And then that guy's going to throw fire bombs at us given half a chance, so we're not going to give him that chance. So, yep, then he drops down. I'm going to throw my other fire bomb. Okay, we're just going to have to go in. Okay, we avoided the arrow. So that right there, nope, we're dead. Okay. So because I'm going to die if I don't do that. Yeah, this can be a little bit difficult to deal with. Normally you would want to use range to just deal with him, and I was trying to bait him into doing melee so that I could take him out outside of the archer's range. He was not cooperating. Also, Dark Souls 2, you have... So your invincibility frames in each Dark Souls game is different. Like, the placing is different, the timing is different, everything about it is different. So, just because you're good at one Dark Souls game, nice, we got the Minotaur Helm. Just because you're good at one Minotaur game, I want to play that, that sounds awesome. Just because you're good at one Dark Souls game does not mean you're going to be good at another one. Because the timing is different, the pattern is going to be different, you are learning a new game. And it shows. So, like, right now, I'm actually used to Dark Souls 3. That's why I'm being hit by attacks that... Woman ahead. What? I don't get it. But, that's why I'm being hit by attacks that I'm thinking I should be avoiding because I'm not used to the invincibility frame. Like, they exist, but they're completely different in this game as opposed to other games. But now we have to do our first instance of a bug. What is a bug? That is a bug. Oh no. Damn it. So without a weapon, that is extremely hard to do. Northern Ritual Band. I think that's the one that gives us extra. We're getting stuff to be wizards, so that's actually we may have to be a wizard. Okay, so we have to grab these items though. And if you don't manage to kill the... What staff was that? Azal? Intensifies spells but drastically reduces spell usage. That's absolutely insane. So yeah, we might have to just flat out run mage because holy shit, like we're finding a lot of stuff to be mages. Which I think is absolutely amazing. Because normally you don't get like consecutive gear like that. So yeah, that's really cool. And yeah, you can get over to that platform, but it's not easy. You have to time your jump just right. Smelter hammer. Smelter hammer. Smelter hammer. Oh! Oh god, smelter hammer. Yeah, 70 strength requirement. How's that for a weapon? Elite knight armor. Nice. Okay, so... in order to get back that fucking little piece of shit, I'm going to rest. Now, I thought burning the human effigy would only work from bonfire to the next bonfire, but apparently it lasts until it wears off, so that's nice. Okay, so when you rest, it will actually be reset. Oh no. No, he escaped again! Damn it! Alright, we'll get him. We'll almost killed us. We'll get him this time. We'll get him this time. 12 and 12? Damn it. I would warp back, but I don't think we have enough. Well, maybe we do. It depends on how much the Brave Warrior Soul gives us. Oh yeah, we actually should have enough now to be able to use a weapon. Sweet. Which means we can fight the second boss of the game before we fight the first boss. Nice. Hopefully. We'll see. I really don't want to fight the Pursuer. I don't want to fight the Pursuer first, because with how my dodging has been going, I'm gonna fuck it up. Oh yeah. Bearer of the Curse. Level up our Estus. No, just level up, period. 13. Yeah. Alright, and I'm gonna increase our health. Dankeschön. Okay, hooray, we have a sword. I'm so used to weapons having weapon arts now, it's kind of throwing me for a loop. But we also could do the Estok, or the Estok, which, that is significantly better. And yeah, like, just fucking the fact that we actually got Azel's staff, like, that just makes me want to really use it. Yeah, so the Estok is actually a fencing sword, so that's interesting. And we get to use it to fight the Pursuer, so yeah, this is going to be fun. Especially because I'm not going to be able to summon help. Okay, so what are we doing? Oh, that's right. We have to kill that fucking crystal lizard. Okay, good. So that's a downward attack. That's what we want to see. Oh. Gosh damn it. This game. Okay, to be fair, I didn't get the stab off like I wanted to. It's okay. Okay, so we have to make sure we have stamina so that we can actually do this. Get one. Hit two. There we go. Fucking fire arrows. Okay, but I do want to show this because I want to show, now that we actually have a weapon, how enemies are going to be that much easier to deal with now. There you go. It's literally that easy. Just, we didn't have that. So we've been having to just melee murder everything. Alrighty. Get out of there. Yes, so she does have items, and we are definitely going to need to buy some items. Like, for one, we're going to buy... Actually, we're going to buy this because we need to have that. But she has a Pharaoh's Lockstone for sale. She also has the item that allows us to remove debuffs. Or no, it allows us to remove stone. I hate that attack. Just because it's so quick that it's just really hard to, like, actually dodge it. Okay, so I'm going to go down here because there's definitely something down here we want to get. And then after I do this, we're going to be calling it an episode here. I don't want things going too long. Plus, I do actually need to go to sleep. I've been awake. I woke up at 9-ish p.m. yesterday, and it is currently... Ooh, the Heidi Knight. I love the Heidi Knight set. It's currently 5 p.m., and I worked from 10 p.m. yesterday until 6 a.m. today. and I was the only one on the floor, so like I had to do basically everything. Yeah, enemies don't take fall damage. You take lots of fall damage, so don't fall. Okay, Grave Warden top, Soul of a Great Hero. Oh, we got fucking lucky here. Oops. Ow. Asshole. And that's why we have a thrusting weapon. So that we can be killed by basic fucking enemies with daggers. But yeah, thrusting weapons are actually... You always want to have at least one weapon that has a stab attack animation, simply because having a stab makes it a lot easier to deal with, like, the combo attacks. Or if your timing is good. So, like, he's going to attack, and he's going to do his 3-hit combo, and if he hadn't hit me with that first one... 1, 2... So he would have done the third one, but I was able to interrupt him, and I did it again. So you can kind of kite enemies if you know what you're doing and like how to attack and etc. etc. Yeah. Yeah. Ow. Ow. Yeah, these guys have a lot of reach. Usually I kill them from a range. Oh, come on. Really? Because generally the more range you have, the better. Oh god, he does a 4th attack. See, that's the thing. You have to memorize enemy attack patterns. When you don't memorize the enemy attack patterns in Dark Souls, that's when you die. Hiya! Fuck you, sir. Excuse me, sir. You seem to be peeing upon my leg. Oh god, talk about old movies. There's one from the halcyon days of the internet. Actually, I think that was my first introduction to college humor, too. Alright, so you want to wait for his first attack. He actually will not target you, provided you get that first attack hits. So as soon as the first fireball goes off, you run in, open the door, and voila. Free item. So this would also be our first enchanted weapon. This would be a fire sword, normally. Cursed. What? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it can deflect spells by parrying, which is really, really cool. So what does that mean? It means that if someone shoots a spell at us and we do that, it will actually allow us to parry the spell as if the shield is... Yeah, it's too bad the defense on this shield is so bad. Now, Kale shoes. Maybe it'll be better than the imported trousers. Oh yeah, they're significantly so. Nice, Kale, thanks. But we are not done. Yeah, but what's its percentage like? Oh yeah, it's 85 and 70. Okay, there we go, yeah. I forgot how to read the stats there for a sec. So normally if we try to go attack him, he will do that animation. Which is something else that these fuckers can do. They can do that move if their back is to them, which does a lot of damage. Oh. So you do a... So when you do a heavy attack, you actually do a cutting slash. That's good to know. Then item, Archdrake Shield, And there is one last item in this area. Actually. Because I think it is 95 damage reduction though. But yeah, normally we would get that in the next 2 areas, but yeah, the item is right there. but to get to it is a bitch. Yeah, so basically like that text said, we have to jump to the item to get it. So the Drake Keeper Gauntlets. And then nimbleness ahead, required ahead. Try wings. So we can't get up to there, and there's a good reason for that. Getting up to there is actually a, like, end game-ish area. It's a pain in the ass to get to, so we're not going up there. We do have the soul of a great hero, though. Which, I don't remember what it gives you, but I know it gives you a lot. Okay, so those guys die in 2 hits. So one of the other things that Dark Souls 2 does a lot is very heavy item damage. So like our swords and our armor are going to, our items just in general, are going to take a lot more damage than they normally would. And that is because Dark Souls 2 has very high item things. Because the game was never intended to run on 60 FPS like most computers do. Actually, that makes me wonder, can I jump it down to 30? No, I don't think we can. Oh wait, video settings, here we go. No, we can't. But yeah, the game was never intended to be run on 60 FPS. And so what ends up happening is it's something to do with, wow, 20,000. Absolutely insane. But the game was never designed to be run on that. And so what ends up happening is it's something to do with like how the game registers your I think I'm gonna do faith or intelligence because mine as well, and we have all the requirements needed to actually be a pretty powerful mage, so. But it's something to do with as the weapon hits a corpse body, like it triggers, it counts for like double or triple what it's actually supposed to. So like Dark Souls 2, that's actually a glitch that was left in the game, and it's been left in the game because that's a problem. So, but we are going to be buying one of these and then 6 of these. So equipment, and then we're going to set these up. There we go. And we're going to call things quits here. So thanks for watching, everybody. And in the next episode, we're going to kill 2 bosses with 1 stone. And we're going to be traveling to the next area. So thanks for watching, everybody. And I will see you in the next episode.